Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Noob Hunter. Yes, that's right, unfortunately, David Attenborough's Walking with Noobs was cancelled, but I have been called in to try my best to replace his little channel and his show. So, here we are in the prime location for the Noobs. We're in Casual, it's Clubhouse, and it's Hostage. Now, of course, these are prime conditions to be locating some noobs to be hunting. Of course, my own team are comprised of some noobs, some not noobs, and of course, we don't know who we've got yet. So we have to wait until the round starts to see how they play, to figure out what exactly is going on. Now, once the round starts, you'll notice that I'm trying to bait out the noob team into responding to me daft comments. So as you can see at the bottom right, I've just typed out a very interesting phrase. Once I hit enter, you'll see exactly what I've put, and you'll understand how I'm trying to bait out these noob players. Now, of course, what I put is that the hostage doesn't in fact want to go with them, and it's cool if they stay outside because he wants to stay with us. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite go to plan. They still do try and come in, but you know what? At least I tried to keep them alive. And of course, for my own team, I dropped the armor pack immediately, just so the noobs on my team have got a little bit extra protection. We don't want a noob on noob spray fight. That does not end well for anybody. And of course, I continue with the banter with the noobs on the other team, just to keep them a little bit more preoccupied on what I'm saying rather than what we're doing. I suggest, maybe that the hostage doesn't want to go with them, and taking an unwilling hostage wouldn't work. But I stop and think, you know what, no, he's asked for alcohol. Now, of course, the most noobs are under the age of 21 or 18 for drinking. So, of course, I lied to him and say the bartenders aren't here, and we're not licensed to sell alcohol. Now, of course, you might think this is daft because the prep phase is over, but I know for a fact these are a noob team, so I take my time and I reinforce during the actual round, as opposed to during a prep phase where it's safer. Now we sit and we wait, we listen for the noobs to make their approach. I hear the board to my right shot at, so I know there's a noob somewhere around there, and I'll wait for him to make his move. One of my teammates takes the kill just to keep things a little bit more interesting, and of course we see the Capcan getting a kill. Here we see the Montagne noob, he's pushing through, he's getting ready, I throw an impact nade at him to tell him, whoa noob, whoa, stay back now. Keeping him at a distance, and I lob another one behind him, and I get the kill on the noob. Very easy, very slick. One of them quickly gets through my peripherals though, and does a bit of damage. Of course though, I decide I'm going to push these noobs, and I snipe the enemy sniper Glaz. This is the way you deal with a noob. You push them hard and fast, and they don't know what to do. Again, now we're waiting for the last two noobs to poke their heads out. I know my team's shooting, so I know there's an enemy player over that way. I'm figuring it's the Ash, and the Echo gets the kill pretty quick. The next and final enemy, I spray at him as hard and fast as I can, and that is another way of dealing with noobs. You keep them under heavy fire, you just spray at them, and it deals with them very quickly. And of course, he then puts he was annoyed because he was outside, and I put, well, he didn't want to go with you, so I had to kill you, but I didn't want to murder any of you. Now we move to the attacking side of the mission, and again, we're picking an operator who can push really quickly, as that is how you deal with a noob in these kind of situations. Now, of course, this team are quite early, quite new, they're fresh out of the gate, so we don't want to treat them with too little respect, but we want them to know who's boss. You can't let a noob think they're too great, otherwise they'll get full of themselves, and you'll never hear the fucking end of it. Now, we move on to the attacking round. We look for the enemy team. Now, of course, I'm kind of figuring they're probably in the same place as us or in the basement, as that's what this game tends to do if it wants to shit you over. So we look around, and it turns out they are actually in the basement. And of course, we spend a little time looking around. One of the teammates calls out that they're downstairs, and then the noob tries to think he'll be funny and tells us, oh no, actually, we're upstairs. And it's like, well, you're a noob, calm down. You can't be making those kind of next-gen plays. You can't be trying to psych us out. Now, of course, when we look at this team composition, we realise that the noobs have gone for a very typical sort of set. We see they have a pulse, we know they've got a mute, we kind of figure they'll have a dock and other operators similar, maybe a Caviera as well. Now, of course, these are the typical things that you would expect, and I decide I'm going to push from the garage, so instead, the rest of the team go and push downstairs. Now, of course, as you saw there, the noob, as I said, made the call out that they were upstairs, trying to psych us out. But of course, you can't psych out the noob hunter. My job is to psych them out. One of the teammates goes down to a P90 spray from a dock. Very, very typical noob play there. You don't really want to be going down so early in the round. I'm now looking around with my noob hunter camera, trying to spot if there's any noobs about that I can get unawares. Unfortunately, there aren't, so we push on through the garage. Now we're heading down here, through towards the basement, towards where the dock player is. Now, of course, the teammates are making call-outs, which is very, very useful. I see the dock, quick, easy spray down, and I don't mess around with him and get him killed very quickly. Now, of course, here we see the decision, do I push through the door, or do I make the pro play, pushing through the wall? Now, I could use the door, keep the noobs on their toes, but instead I decide, you know what, no, we're going to push through the wall. I detonate the explosive and I get ready to plant my breaching charge on the door. Now we've got a straight line into the objective and I see there's no enemies in sight directly. However, one of them tries to fire off a shot as I walk past with my baiting techniques, and of course he misses, as this is what we'd expect from the noob. Now, I know there's at least one enemy on the hostage, and I know that the hostage wants to come with us, as we discussed the previous round. He wants to spend time with us and our team. So I fire a couple of shots towards the hostage, towards the enemy, trying to get some damage down, and then I see an enemy head poking up over the top of the table. Now, of course, I see a blood spray there, and I don't get the kill, and that's very odd. We don't know what's going on there. We don't quite understand. The same with my accent. It's not quite staying the same, but fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm the noob hunter. I'll do what the fuck I want. Then a teammate goes down to the Caveira, and it's now a 2-on-2 as I quickly mop up that enemy. Unfortunately, the mute, who I believed should have been dead, gets the kill on me. So now we're left with the Twitch player, who is wandering a little bit fucking lost. He then gets his drone out and he takes it down. He's ignoring my call-outs. The enemy is actually in the objective room and he's scanning around. Now, of course, if he wasn't a noob, he'd obviously know exactly where the enemy was. So I'm saying he's in the fucking chapel. He's in there. He's behind the table. He's behind the table. I keep saying behind the table, but the fucker ignores me. You see the enemy mute there just for a second, just to know he's there, and I make the call out again. Now, of course, we can tell this guy's a proper noob because he has a laser sight on the DMR, which isn't fucking necessary at all. He sort of looks around. He obviously gets spotted by the camera as he then takes it out. Now, we look and he pushes towards the objective. He hears the nitro cell, which is very good for him. We don't want to be blown up at this crucial stage of the match. Now, of course, here I am checking to see if any of the Noob Hunter cameras have got any noobs on them. Unfortunately not. Most of the enemy team are dead, except for the mute, who we know exactly where the fucker is. Except this guy doesn't seem to admit and doesn't seem to want to take him out. The Twitch fires a couple of rounds into the table, decides to reload, get ready to hard push the mute. We can hear he's still behind the table, so the mute hard pushes him and gets a lucky hip fire before aiming down sights. We're now 2 rounds up on the noobs, and we're going into the final round of hunting. Now, this is the round where I decide I'm going for the ace. I'm taking out all the fucking noobs I can. Now, hopefully we get a defending point that's just up my street and can let me get these fucking kills on these fucking noobs. How do I know they're fucking noobs? Well, you fucking watch this next round. Right, now, as we're getting ready to go into the next round, I'm baiting them out again, telling them the hostage wants to stay with us. He just wants to stay with us, and it's just how it is. Again, I'm trying to just put the noobs off tilt, keep them thinking, oh, we're not going to win this, and that's my mission. I'm going to keep them off kilter, make sure they're making mistakes. I put down my body armor again for the team, and again, this is where you see the real noobs on the team. I put down a body armor and make sure my team knows it's there, except no, but not all of them pick it up. We do leave a couple of body armor pieces left. This is how we understand the team are noobs. Now, of course, I put down my last reinforcement and I decide I'm going to go Roman. This round, I'm going to get me ace if it fucking kills me. And it just might. So, we're heading over now to the other building to get the crossfire on the noobs, hoping they won't be expecting me to be breaching from this angle. I'll see here, just moving up now to the opposite west building just to chill out and see if the noobs make any kind of daft plays. I check the cameras very briefly and I realise the noobs haven't removed the cameras. This is the indicator that we all need, that they just are noobs. So as you can see here, the Ash is just chilling out on the roof, keeping an angle on the room, not realising that I'm here laying in wait for them to get ready to take them all out. I check my camera again, making sure they're not paying attention. I want to keep the noobs on my Noob Hunter camera, but not let them know that I know what's going on. I pull down the barricade, and the noob has absolutely no idea what's going on. I take out the Ash, no fucking problems. I then see the Twitch, and it seems as though she's still not noticed her teammate's gone down, so I go for the easy spray and get back in on the objective. Now we're down to the last 3 enemies, and I'm thinking, you know what, this ace is looking closer and closer to being mine. I pop my head out, look around for the enemies, try and throw a nade just to try and keep them off kilter, and then I'll wait. I wait for the enemies to make their mind about what they're going to do. I see the Thermite pushing to the right, thinking he's going to be trying to get me, trying to get a kill. He thinks, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to push over. I'm going to get the kill on this guy. I'm going to get him. There's no chance this guy isn't going to be my kill. So he's now watching the open window, thinking I've got no idea that I can see him. He seems to think that I've got no idea. He then runs off, and I make the call out. He's actually above you guys. And I then get ready to push and move around, looking for the final 2. I then hear them call that there's one on the stairs, and I'm like, right, this fucker's mine. So I push down, I get ready to push down the stairs, after just a moment of just relaxing again, waiting for the Thermite to make his move. I'm asking what's going on, making sure my team are talking to me, giving me information. The Noob Hunter team, while they're not the best, they are going to be useful. He makes the call for the stairs, as I said he would, and I get ready to push. I push the enemy team hard. I expect them to be pushing me. I see the sledge, and before he even gets a round off, I pulverize him and take him down. Now, I'm thinking probably one of them is going to push. Check the roof again, just to make sure there's nobody there. And I see the Fuse wandering blind, looking for the last kill on me. Unfortunately, doesn't get it. And of course, on the previous sledge, he also rage quits. Just because, you know, killing a noob, it gets him to rage quit. Now, the Thermite, he is coming out of his box. He is getting kills on the team. He is whittling us down to the final few. And I'm thinking, I want this fucking ace. I want this fucking ace. I want to get 10 kills. I want to get me 10 kills. I want to know that I've fucking done at least 2 aces, basically, in this game. So I get ready to push back to the tower. I'll come and back up my team. And I think, fuck it, I'm going to get this last guy. So we're heading upstairs now, waiting to catch this Thermite underprotected, unawares. And unfortunately, just as I round the corner, Capcan nicks me fucking ace. And you know what? I'm quite happy with my days hunting though. 9 fucking kills, 1 death. That's a fucking Noob Hunter. Seal of approval right there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me in the next hunt. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Noob Hunter. As you can tell, I wasn't quite sure what accent I was doing about halfway through. It's like a shit Australian kind of accent. But otherwise, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun to record, do a bit of stupid voiceover while I was playing. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'm kind of interested to hear. Like I said, it was a bit of a joke, bit of a laugh. Like I said, I really enjoyed making it. But, as I said, let me know what your thoughts on it. Obviously, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more content from me in this sort of like vein of stuff, feel free to let me know, as I said, in the comments below. I really need to know if you guys like it. If you don't want to see more of it, just say, you know, we'd rather see other stuff. Other than that, guys, though, if you want to see more Siege content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you know when my videos go live, and I'll see you in the next one.